Good morning, traders. Michael Sabo here with MF Global, coming to you here on Thursday, October 13th. I'm going to talk to you about the energy markets. Let's start off here with a recap yesterday, November crude oil. Inside day. I mentioned that in yesterday's post here, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but I encourage you to call me on the trade desk. I can get into a lot more detail on how you can play that. But let's talk about that action here yesterday. We've been looking for it. We've had this big, large run up here in the price of crude, and recently here, we've started to see a little bit of a rounding action here. So we've got a little bit of a topping going here. Yesterday's highs, we couldn't take out the previous session's highs. We were coming in around 86.59, lows 84.52. If you look at the previous session here on the 11th, the highs were 86.64 with lows of around 83.97. So the entire trading range of yesterday's action was inside the previous day. And we saw, the market here with a touch of a weaker close. Really couldn't get much going on. We saw equities stronger throughout the day, and then we saw those kind of ease back there late in the day. Same thing with oil prices. Then we get some follow through with it here today. Crude prices trading here, couldn't really get going here last night. And then if you take a look, if you really watch here you drill down into a 5-minute chart, you can see where once we started breaking here on yesterday's low, and then again here today, once we broke around $84, really saw acceleration here to the downside. Complex is a lot weaker here. You take a look at the Brent, that's off about 192, trading around 109.39. The RBOB and the heat also quite a bit weaker. The RBOB around 271.53, down about 342. The heat 292.34, we're off a little over a penny there. We did get some data here starting to, there's some fears that we're starting to see a slowing here in Chinese growth. It's kind of a risk-off type attitude going on right now. Not to mention, technically, we were pretty overbought in that crude oil. In addition to that, we saw a report coming out of the ECB suggesting that private Greek bondholders may have to take a bigger loss than what was originally anticipated. So that's kind of weighing a little bit on the overall the outside markets, and of course affecting crude oil here as well. In addition to that, API numbers here now get a bit of a mixed signals here. API yesterday showed a little bit larger expected drawdown there, but remember we have EIA data coming out here in a little while, expecting to see a build of about 500,000 barrels. So we'll watch that, see what that might do here to the tone of the market. We got nat gas numbers coming out here, and yesterday we saw a little bit of a reversal there on some pretty strong volume. So we're putting that nat gas back down under a little bit of pressure, trading around there here in the low 350s again. We are going to have the EIA numbers coming out here in a little while, expecting to see injections there of about 105 billion cubic feet. And also EIA raising their 2011 estimates for nat gas production. So again, weighing here on the market. We're going to watch that 350 area, see how well we hold up there today. Call me on the trade desk. I can get into more detail with you on how to play those inside days. Talk to you a little bit more about crude oil here. Kind of going to target here around that 82. 78-ish area here, which is about that 50% retracement area. I think we're going to come back into that area here today. So give me a call on the trade desk. We'll get into more detail. 1-800-798-7671. And of course, remember that past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and the risk of loss does exist in futures trading.